What's going on, everybody? It's a new month and it is a new Illuvium devlog, the one from June 2020. Let's jump right into it. So the intro basically says they're working as hard as possible to release everything they've promised, and they will do it in the best possible way. And we just have to relax and enjoy what we have, because we have so much. We have so many leaks, so much transparency, so many insights. We got 15,000 players in the private beta too, which is absolutely bonkers. And we should just enjoy all of that, because when we ask when and when we stress the team about release dates, it's not gonna help them, it's not gonna make them develop anything faster, and it's not gonna help us while waiting. So it's just gonna stress ourselves and the team, so let's just relax, enjoy what we have, and we are early, and there is still a lot to come, and we know that, and we're happy to be here early. Alright. Starting with Illuvium Arena. Private Beta 2 has taken longer than we wanted, but the positive note is that the core engine is the hardest for us to build. It's worth it because it front loads so much of our effort. Basically, it will take a bit longer time to do it the first time, but then every time from there on we'll save some time and it's gonna be way easier. Eventually, we will reach our goal of not requiring any human code for a patch. The AI balancer will drive it, which means there is a balancer, a AI, doing all the calculations and figuring out if everything is balanced. If not, it's gonna throw out a computer-generated patch to balance out the game, which sounds super futuristic, and I'm really excited to see that. The gaming and structural benefits we gain from doing it our ways are higher reliability, lower ongoing costs, the replay system, and many other features. You will see a genuinely cinematic autobattler that's entirely data-driven and deterministic, which is amazing. It's kind of like speed chess, no RNG, every move you know what you're getting, and like think quick, play fast, win the game, have some fun. So, going to the highlights of the arena, the combat engine will continuously improve, but we are close to a version 1.0, basically a full final build, like 1.0 right after the beta. Survival mode rules are all completed, including checkpoints, interest, and drone health. Super excited to see all of this in the arena, especially drone health, gonna be really cool. I think it's gonna be like you don't lose automatically when you lose one round. You're gonna lose some health on your drone, and as soon as your drone is on 0 health, then you lose. So you have like, you lose very hard and maybe you lose 20% of your drone health. If you lose like just by one Illuvial, you maybe lose just 5%, for example. Augments are gonna be implemented, and they're not your standard gain 10 health augments. These are fully functional complex interaction that happen to run via tiny bits of data. Really excited to see that, as well as bonding. It basically works as pick your Illuvial and bam, your ranger now has a class and an affinity upgrade for the battle. Super nice. Can't wait for that. The Red Panda community Illuvial is halfway done, and all other Illuvials are close to completion artistically. Super exciting, I agree. Shard UI for all the new Tier 0 and links is complete. You have seen them in leaks, but they are so gorgeous in-game. If you ever want to make somebody bullish on Illuvium, show them a Tier 0 and say this is free content. There is nothing in the blockchain space that goes even remotely close to the artistic quality of Tier 0s, and they are free. Just think about it. All music and sounds are completed for Private Beta 2. The combat music syncs seamlessly between phases of play. And the Illuvials sound amazing. If you don't have a good pair of headphones, get them. There is a nice feature coming in, fatigue. So the Illuvials should look beaten as they lose health. Basically the health bar goes lower and the Illuvial gets bloodier and bloodier. I can't wait for that Malura trying to win the 1-on-2 and he's getting all rugged and bloody and just... oh, it's gonna be amazing. So the long-term goal is that every battle looks like a cinematic. And it will. We just know it will. So, the Illuvium overworld highlights. The harvestable plants are all being integrated and they work well. The capture flow is the last thing we need to finalize before releasing the overworld. Drone path finding is now smoother and more efficient. When you know what we have planned for later, you will understand why Mozart had to put on his pants of agility. I really like the Warcraft reference right there. When you upgrade your stuff from stage 1 to stage 3, it feels the same as when you fuse your Illuvials. So basically putting 3 pieces of armor together will upgrade them into one higher tier piece of armor. Drone attachments. You will want to get some sweet upgrades for your drone. So either work for it or splash some cash on the work on somebody else has already done. Basically what I'm trying to do is work for it and then let somebody else splash their cash on my work. I'm sure a lot of you are trying to do the same. Some have said that Crimson Waste feels a bit lonely, and it is that for a reason. Crimson Waste is meant to feel lonely. The feel of each region is meant to strike you. So for example, Halicon Sea is meant to chill you out, and Sharp Bluff is meant to stress you a little bit because it's so intense, right? Illuvium 0, the art overhaul is well underway and looking great. We're in the final stretch to get this ready for you. Great news for all the landowners. By the way, we're coming down to a timeline very soon for release dates, so stay tuned for that. Illuvidex highlights transferred to other wallets will be implemented. We got the highlights of the Illuvitar sale. The major infrastructure to run the sale is complete. The bonding workflow is well underway. We use the same bonding flow for most of the game, so getting this done kills 2 birds with 1 stone. Very bloody again and very efficient for the long run. There's gonna be something that's called album and collections with leaderboards. It won't be available at launch, but when you see it, you will flip pages. Apparently, Aaron is allowed 1 dad joke per month, and I think that's way too much. So, coming down to the launch cinematic, the cinematic is a long-term project lined up more for the full release than the open beta. I don't know how long it will take, but I know it will be the best. I am sure it will, because everything in Illuvium is set to be the best, to break the meta, and to just, you know, be the best. And everything so far has been the best. Land sale, art, communication, transparency. It's amazing. It is truly amazing. About the story, there is new writers, everything is getting overhauled and cranked up and reworked, and it's just gonna be amazing. I have not heard a single thing about the story, and I don't want to hear anything until it's out and I can really experience it in the game. And I just know it's gonna be amazing because Aaron is on it, and it's super, super important for him and also for the team, and they just gonna make it so good because they want it to be something for the future, for 10 years to come, for all the franchise, for all the games that gonna be developed. They're gonna seamlessly connect to the story. That's why it's really hard to make it, and I'm sure they are up for the task, and it's gonna be so good. Basically, coming down to the summary and to the timeline, a rough order of release right here. We got the Arena private beta 2 part, then we got the Illuvitars, then we got the Overworld private beta 2 part, then we got Illuvium 0 alpha, then we got the game loader. That's basically the next few steps, but it's a rough estimate, right? Stuff can change. Don't, I don't know, bet your house on something. Just, you know, don't invest what you can't afford to lose, and don't mentally invest in any release dates that you can't afford to be delayed, if that makes sense. Basically, that's it. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope I helped you get a little bit of clearance about the dev blog, and if you want to read it yourself, it is on Medium. The link is medium.com/Illuvium. I will put it in the description below. There's a lot of other stuff you can read about like the overworld land, like the Crimson Waste and all the different areas of the overworld. They're like really nice described in there, and many other stuff. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. Peace.